Last time when we left you guys, Alex and Byron were being, studious, and we're going to the palace library to do some investigating. You two idiots were going off to get crunk.
Yep.
See, when you phrase it like that, you make it sound like it was a really bad idea.
It is a really bad idea when they go get crunk at the geisha house that happens to be proliferated by assassins or something.
Oh no, if they went to that one, they'd be better off. I know people.
They are, in fact, going to the one that you took Ija and I guess Dustin earlier in the game.
That was a pretty cool place.
So they're headed to that place. I'll come up with a cool name for it.
Well, you had a cool name for it.
Yeah, I don't remember what it was.
Golden Snow?
Nah, that was the tea house Dustin went to last time.
And I keep talking about, apparently.
Yeah. We're going to call it the House of the Golden Dawn, because I default to that on some things.
That's a good name.
Sinister.
Well, it's a Scorpion Run Geisha House. What are you expecting?
Golden Dawn's is that Om Shinrikyo?
It's
No, it's English occultism.
or
Is it?
Greek
Yeah.
fascist.
Oh, yeah. The Greek neo-fascists. Forgot about them.
Dr. D and...
There's also the British occultism.
yeah, I'm trying to remember the name of... Oh, yeah, Crowley.
Yeah, Crowley.
Aleister Crowley.
Was that Aleister Crowley's deal?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So we're gonna start with Byron and Alex.
I love research.
You all set?
Got my message, yeah.
All right. All you need is a name now.
People who've taken Japanese can help you with that.
Or you could go to 20,000names.com and choose one.
Would you like a name to mean something?
If you don't want your name to mean something, pick your favorite anime character and go look up what it means.
It works too. So the two of you head back to the Palace District, at the Forbidden City, I guess it is, as it is. And you're stopped at the front gates by a pair of burly Seppun who glare at you both extensively. A bit less so for you, Byron, because you're a Mia, and they give
I don't glare back, but I look at them unflinchingly, like, how dare you? Stop it.
And I assume you hand over your paper stating your business. Look at you. A servant is called, leads you over. After some winding through corridors of the palace, you come to the great Seppun libraries and archives. The servant leaves you with an under-librarian, bows in an obsequious manner. Noble lords, how may I assist you today?
We are looking for records on an obscure topic that date back to
The Great
previous
Fire of the
sacking
9th century.
10th century.
10th century?
10th century.
10th century.
The previous, I say, sacking of the capital.
He nods. He's like, well, I believe some of the records were destroyed from that area, but we may find some help for you. He kind of flinches a little bit. The librarian for that section is Seppun Kaname. You can find her down that way. And points you in a direction.
I don't suppose you've met Seppun Kaname, have you?
Of course not.
Of course not.
The honorable clerk's response, I assume she is a dragon. I don't mean that by clan.
Yeah, Well, let us brace ourselves then, and once more into the breach, that we might investigate a bunch of musty old books.
So am I speaking to her so that she may tear my ears off so that you may in turn start looking, or are you going to speak up at this point?
We'll start with you speaking to her. I will intervene as reason dictates. Game face.
You see my hands do various things, and you could almost see me like folding paper, except I'm not moving my arms.
The Buddha stand, one of the Buddha.
No, calligraphy and origami are my meditation. So
All right. So you follow his directions down, a series of tall shelves stacked with scrolls and volumes of parchment. Excuse me, comes a stern woman's voice. May I help you?
Might you be Seppun Kaname?
She's like, I am. Seppun Kaname is a tall, statuesque woman, probably about 40.
Is she a crane?
No, she's a Seppun.
She's one of the imperial families.
Also, I thought for a second she was saying all of that out loud. It's like, oh man, she talks in the third person, gives description of herself as, being tall and statuesque, and it's like, really? That's fantastic. That is like the most perfect Seppun.
Making a thing.
No, that's a little too wacky. This isn't a wacky game. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to skullduggery through a library.
She's kind of staring skeptically at the two of you, praising. It's like, what are these people doing amongst my books?
I have been granted access to the library to research a certain topic.
She holds out her hand for your permission slip, basically.
My dad said it was okay I could go here this evening.
What part of the archives are you looking for?
That is the problem, isn't it?
10th century and before, specifically relating to...
The Great Fire. So, journals, official records. I realize much of it was destroyed, but what remains we need to look through.
Also, any references to an eye symbol.
She does take note of the fact that you are wearing Legion colors and have Legion badges and everything. She's like, all right, come with me. Directs you to a section of shelves. You do notice that they are sectioned out by time. There is an organizational schema for all of this. The shelves are decidedly limited, much material as there should be. Some of them are actually severely burned, like you see many parchments that are missing sections. They're kind of just jagged off.
We get to commence looking for a needle in a haystack. We thank you ever so much for your guidance and help in this matter.
If there's something specific you need, let me know.
Well, Sepun-san, have you read most of the articles?
I have gone through some of them, mainly for various legal matters. Imperial decrees are maintained with a higher degree of care, so there is more continuity among them. But most of the materials you will find relate to materials directly issued from the Emperor himself. Yes.
Have you heard the name City of Assassins before?
Remain here. You may use the alcove over there, and she points to an alcove with, a table and spots to sit and go through documents.
Man, you know what's great? This is before standards of document care were invented, so I'm going to sit at this table and then order a servant to bring me tea. Just to watch you cringe.
You're actually making me cringe.
But he's a librarian.
This is very good tea.
So do you guys actually, look through documents?
I have an idea for
All
what I
right.
think might be a good tack. Imperial decrees were preserved.
Right.
I imagine, once this was building up to its crescendo of, the weak overthrowing the strong and violence in the streets, the Emperor himself would have something to say on the matter as people were attempting to kill him. Imagine if there was something about a city of assassins, it's probably an imperial decree declaring anyone affiliated with this thing a heretic and traitor who should be immediately executed. Probably within a week of the Great Fire itself starting.
So make some investigation rolls.
Investigation, you say? So,
I only have one
awareness,
more.
right? Or intelligence.
Perception.
Perception. Aw, that's one I'm not as
Oh,
good at.
this may actually be intelligence because it's
Books.
That's
not a very good roll.
24.
24. Alex.
28.
You begin finding some imperial documents from about the right time. What you discover is an increasingly paranoid series of imperial decrees. In one of them you find bands dueling within the capital and the hub villages without a cooling off period. Then there's a flat and outright ban on dueling. Very much giving the indication of a desperate attempt to maintain order. The last of which you find is the order that all Ada found within the capital and the hub villages are to be put to death immediately on sight.
Dag.
You find a command, from the Emperor demanding unity of the clans, and that each of the clans should dispatch a force of men to the capital to maintain order.
You know what I'm reminded of? About 15, 20 years ago, the Emperor was struck by some manner of madness and started accusing everyone of being a colat, whatever the hell that is, and put a lot of people to death. I don't know, this sounds kind of similar. I mean, far be it from me to question the wisdom of the Emperor, But what the fuck's a collat?